We're in the end game of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and finally at the last boss, Sephiroth himself. However, this is a long fight. So we here at Direct Gaming will show you how to actually counter and avoid all the moves from the boss, then show a full playthrough. This battle, however, though, will be broken into 3 parts because we technically fight Jenova, then we fight another version of Sephiroth, and then we finally fight the final version of Sephiroth. So this entire battle right here, this is Jenova. Parts 2 and 3 will be down below in the comments, so check those out after you watch this one. Now, like we mentioned, the first boss is Jenova Lifeclinger. So it's not the same Jenova that we fought all the way back in Chapter 5. This one's a little different. However, this is just like the original Final Fantasy VII with all of the sad music, and I'm not gonna lie, it's probably the saddest music of this entire game, especially with what just happened to Aerith. So buckle up, we got a long one to go through. Right away, like every new battle, get an ATB bar filled so we can scan the boss. Remember as well that after scanning, if you need to look at the boss's info, simply hit the touchpad and you can see all that information again, and you don't need to waste any more ATB. Right side is going to show you the weaknesses and immunities. Left side will provide you highlighted text showing you how to best pressure and stagger the boss. Now, just like most endgame bosses, Jenova doesn't actually have any main weaknesses. Luckily though, there are some lesser weaknesses. In this case, ice and wind. Now, if you look at the highlighted text to see how to best pressure and stagger the boss, oh wait, there's no data. Yeah, this is just a straight up brawl, so get your best moves ready and let's get into it. Now, before we get into the moves to watch out for, how to counter them and dodge and everything like that, I need to talk about how the party will work. Right from the beginning, 3 of your party members will be blasted away. So all of those moves that you could do with your side members, where if things got too crazy and you were low on HP, that can't happen here. Then as the battle goes on, your last 2 teammates that are with you will also get blasted away. You will then have to fight alone for a bit until you deal enough damage to drop the barrier and let your teammates rejoin you. Like I said, this is going to be a long one. Oh, and a final thing, due to the original B-roll being corrupted, I had to go back and do this boss fight again on normal, so it's the same as all the other videos, but obviously my level is a little higher. I would recommend being level 50 or higher for this particular boss. You should be 45 by the time you enter the temple in Chapter 13, but I would say between 50 and 55 at a minimum for this particular boss, of course, unless you're playing on easy. All right, enough blabbering. We're going to go over the moves that you need to know how to avoid. Vengeance is a multi-beam-like attack that if it hits you, it will simply knock you down. It looks easy to dodge, but due to there being multiple beams and the angles that they can come down and hit you, you can get hit sometimes. So just be ready to switch to other teammates if you do. Also, I have to state this right now, do not waste any of your limit breaks right now that your teammates automatically get. See how both Tifa and Red 13 on my screen were filled already? Yeah. Don't use any of those yet. We'll talk about that stuff later. One thing you need to be ready to deal with pretty fast is its barrier ability. It will gain the shield icon, meaning that you cannot actually attack its main body. You need to deal damage to the barrier that's around it. So this is your chance to let loose with a bunch of your abilities. Things like Chi Trap and Blizzard are going to be great here because Blizzard is a lesser weakness to it, and Chi Trap will deal damage over time to it, which is very helpful. Morning Wall will create a thick fog-like barrier in front of the boss that you need to back away from, as it's both unblockable and it damages you constantly. Jenova will also try to throw in some of her other moves during this combo, so it's best to focus on dodging those, aka maybe something like the laser beams, for example, then run back into damager, because by then the fog should be going away. However, you might get a couple ticks of damage here and there. When the barrier is destroyed, this is actually how you pressure the boss. So funny enough how the data didn't tell us anything, but this is the way to pressure the boss. But by doing this, you will get aggressive using all of her tentacle arms, which can flinch you if you're not careful. This is usually signaled by a move called Cascade. Now, I still don't recommend using synergy abilities or limits just yet. As you get super close to finally staggering the boss, it will do Containment Expulsion, which will send the rest of your party members flying, making this a 1v1 battle. One move I highly recommend using is Plasma Discharge, not only just simply here, but at the beginning of the battle. Use this in combination with HP Absorption, and every time you fill an ATB, it'll send out a pulse of electricity damaging the boss, and by damaging the boss, you actually end up healing yourself. I know I only started using it here in the B-roll, but just start using it at the beginning. Even if you don't have it on Cloud and you have it with somebody else, anytime you're using that particular character, use it. Keep up the damage until you finally stagger the boss for the first time, which shouldn't take too long based on where my pressure bar was. Here's where you should start using your best abilities, but again, don't waste your limit break if you happen to have it. That's going to be for later. Once the stagger phase ends, your teammates can finally return and the boss will gain giant wings and some new moves. These moves include Dreams of Sorcery, which will signal the start of using some powerful magic abilities. Dreams of Frost will create orbs of ice that will float for a bit, then shoot at you, so you need to be ready to dodge these. Dreams of Time Lapse will create stop circles under you, and if you don't dodge or move away from these, then they will activate, thus stopping you. Now, during this part of the battle, I actually did activate a synergy ability because it gives me infinite MP for a time, which was able to help me conjure up things like barrier and curing my team So if you have something like this, I highly recommend using that, especially on the harder difficulties. Oh, be careful of those energy balls that she sends out at you sometimes. They don't actually have a name, but they will chase you down and deal a decent amount of damage. Keep up the attacks until you're just about to stagger the boss for the second time. However, it'll be at this moment that your team is actually broken up into groups of 2. During this time, you need to take out its wings and its head in said groups. They go in this order every time. Tifa and Cade Sith will handle the right wing, Bear and Red 13 will handle the left, then finally Cloud and Yuffie will handle the head. Now, each section will have roughly the same moves from the boss: basic laser attacks, explosions from energy balls, and even magic like poison and ice. This is where I recommend using a couple of your limit breaks to get through this section. The platforms are small and can lead to unnecessary damage done to you and your teammates and wasting a lot of time. I personally used Tifa and Bear's limit break, made the mistake of actually using Cade Sith myself as well, to get those wings down as fast as possible. When it comes to the head with Cloud and Yuffie, keep an eye on those ground level lasers. You need to get between them to avoid damage. Keep up the attacks until you get this cool cinematic finish with Cloud, Bear, and Tifa. However, we are not done yet. We got one final part on the ground with the full team. Luckily, the pressure bar from before the free fall did not actually stagger the boss, so with your leftover limit breaks, abilities, and more, it's time to finally finish this boss off. None of the moves from above change, so everything still applies. At the very end of the fight, the boss will try shooting you with a ton of lasers along with some energy balls, so you need to dodge and block these until it finally stops. Then you can finally finish it off. Woo! See? Told you this one was long. Now, here's a full run of the boss fight sped up a tad to show you how to take Jenova Lifeclinger down. Remember, this is just part 1. Check out parts 2 and 3 below, and you'll see just how long this boss fight is. If you enjoy the guides, then a like in the video shows us that you enjoy this type of content, and don't forget to check out our other Final Fantasy VII Rebirth boss guides, summon guides, and playlists in the top right corner in pinned comment. Thank you so much for watching the video. I've been Talon with Direct Gaming. I hope you have a great day and week, and can't wait to see you all in the next one. Johnny.
知り 暴れてよ。いけるか。ここでやめろ。体勢を立て直す。ゆず頼んまぜ。畳みかける。来い。やるぞ。はい。続け。